There's a guy, the American Cholo. Now, this is another one of these wannabe Anglo essays. And this guy, his name is the American Cholo. I gotta play this clip because he called himself going in on me, okay? So this is one of these white Hispanics, little essays from out here in LA. And he done tried to troll on my page a few times, but he's always saying little old slick shit about black people, especially in LA. And he made a video talking about responding to Tariq. He's calling me a ghetto coon. This is a white Hispanic essay called The American Cholo, referring to me as a ghetto coon, and he's trying to give me a history lesson about all the fly shit that Mexicans have done, okay? Now I want y'all to listen to this. This is the Black Brown Coalition right here. Listen to this.
This one's for you, Tariq the Ghetto Coon Nasheed.
I'm the Ghetto Coon Nasheed. Okay, hold on. Wait. I want to get a copyright strike for that music. Hold on. Wait, let him talk.
Why do I call you a ghetto coon? Well, let me explain to you, carnal. See, a coon, for people who don't know, is a derogatory word that people use towards black people who they say act white. That's usually what people say when somebody disagrees with them and they're of the same color like black. Well, the reason I call Tariq a ghetto coon, because that's exactly what he is, man. He's a black man portraying himself to be this Mr. Gangster, this Mr.
I don't know where he gets that from. I don't portray myself. People portray me like that. I don't portray myself like that. According to the internet, though, I'm the most gangstest motherfucker ever. People always trying to pin crimes on me. I don't know none of these crimes y'all are talking about. So I've never portrayed myself as Mr. Gangster, ever. A lot of rumors and lies on the internet pop up about shit that I've never done. But I go off, essay.
Black power, this Mr. F every other race, he hates white supremacy, he calls Latinos Mexicans, he calls us white Hispanics.
No, I did not call Latinos Mexicans. I've called certain anti-black Latinos Mexicans or Hispanic white supremacists. I talk about specific people. I've never painted everybody with a broad brush, all right?
He calls us all kinds of derogatory words and says all kinds of stereotypes and tries to make them seem as they're true. All the while, this chump lives in one of the whitest cities in the San Fernando Valley, Chatsworth, California.
And?
2% African American.
Well, shit, I guess I'm part of that 2%, goddammit.
But he's over here talking like he's in South Central Compton or Watts.
I didn't live in Watts. I lived in South Central. I lived in Compton. I lived in Long Beach. But nigga, you don't get to gentrify us. I live wherever the fuck I want to live. Nigga, this is my country, fool.
With the brothers put in that work. So first of all, you're a chump for that, and that's why you're a ghetto coon, carnal. Now let's go forward.
So I'm a ghetto coon because I don't live in the hood with the brothers? See that intrinsic racism right there, that anti-blackness? If you black, you gotta live in the hood? You see that? And that's another thing. They hate that these wannabe Anglo essays, because they want to identify with whiteness so much, but they can't. Anglo whites don't fully accept them, but they want to do better. They want to seem like they're doing better than black folks. So when you have a black person like me who's doing better than them, and that burns that ass. When a black person is doing better than them, that's why anytime we start talking about getting tangibles for ourselves, what about us, man? What about Hispanics, dude? What about me too? You know, they try to jump in the mix. They want everything we get. No, nigga, I'm a foundational black American, nigga. I get sit in. This is my country, nigga. I'm supposed to generate and accrue the wealth that was generated from my family building this bitch. So yeah, nigga, I can have how much money I want to get and live anywhere I want to live. Nigga, my family built the entire wealth of this damn country. Nigga, you don't get to gentrify me and you're a foreigner? Fuck out of here. Look at the nerve of these people. This nigga's a foreigner. Telling me where I should live in a country that my fucking family built. Fuck you talking about, nigga? This my shit. I live anywhere I want to live in. And nigga, I live in California. It's named after a mythological black woman, Queen Califia. I can live anywhere in this fucking state I want to live in. Nigga, the state was named after a sister. Los Angeles was founded by black folks. The Valley was founded by a black dude. Francisco Reyes was black. I can live anywhere in the fucking valley I want to live, nigga.
I heard about this guy a few times in my life, people asking me. I never really paid attention. Sonny sends me a link a few days ago, and he tells me, start watching it from this mark. And he started talking about me, just fine, people do all kind of stuff like that, but then he started going into the Latinos.
I didn't talk about you, nigga. I really don't remember you like that. I don't remember corresponding with you like that, Essa.
He starts mocking Latinos. He starts making fun of our accents. He starts saying that all Latinos can't fight. He starts saying just that we, as Latinos...
I never said all Latinos can't fight. See, he's trying to be a white supremacist by lying his ass off, but okay.
Everything we have in the United States to the black man.
Yeah.
Because of civil rights.
Yeah.
Well, let's first get on...
Not just civil rights, no. From black people building the damn nation. From black people building the nation. And truth be told, anything good you got in Mexico was because of black folks. I take the shit a step further. Up here in our country, everything you got is because of foundational black Americans. And in Mexico, everything good in your culture came from black folks too. I double down on that. Now that's either true or it ain't true.
Into the stereotype that you're saying. You're saying all Latinos can't fight.
I didn't say all.
And the street Latinos only pick on young little black kids who have, I think you were saying, have mental issues. Well, obviously, homie, you ain't from the streets, and you've never been from the streets if that's what you think, man. If that's the case, I guess all blacks are lazy.
Now, you see he changed the subject, right? If that's the case, I guess he changed the subject. He didn't really address that. I said that a lot of these Hispanic gangs that be out here in the streets, they don't have hands. They have to jump black folks. It has to be damn near 100 to 1. Or if they get somebody black, it has to be a kid or somebody with special needs. Those are fucking facts. Yeah, I said that because that's what they be doing. They don't have hands like that. Y'all don't catch a fair one like that. All my people in LA can attest to that. Y'all don't catch a fair one, SA. You don't catch a fair one with brothers because you can't do a fair one. It has to be multiple against one, and the one, you gotta ambush them. Yeah, down in Long Beach, a bunch of SAs jumped on a little special needs 15-year-old black kid. That was some sucker shit. They do little stuff like that. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows that. Yeah, you don't have fucking hands. You don't catch fair ones. Catch a fair one with a nigga. Catch a real fade. Square up with a nigga. Y'all don't be doing that. It has to be 200 to 1 damn near.
I guess all blacks don't pay their rent. I guess all blacks have bad credit, right? No, wrong, homie. But the sad part is you keep pushing that stupid-ass agenda of yours because you're a fucking buffoon. Then you go on into talking about we as Latinos owe you all this and that because of civil rights. I want you guys to take a look at the picture real quick. This picture...
It's a map of Central and South America.
It's from Latin America in the 1800s. You got from Mexico all the way down, brother, South America. And what do you see? You see places that have been taken over by the British colonies, the Dutch colonies, French colonies, Portuguese colony, Spanish colonies. In other words, by who we call now white supremacists, conquistadors. This is the 1800s. Let's fast forward 30 years. What do you see? I see a bunch of countries that became independent. We started our war for independence against the white slave masters, conquistadors, whatever you want to call them, in the 1800s, brother. By 1830...
Nigga, first of all, you got your independence because of the black people. In these Latin countries, you got your independence because of black people. In Mexico, it was black folks like Gaspar Yenga fighting to get the independence. Down in Brazil, it was Zumbi. It was black people like that. It was the black Maroons putting in the work, freeing the people from Spanish rule. Let's be very clear. See, they try to play these word games. The Latinos, we did it, but it was the black Latinos who was doing the fucking work, dude. Let's be clear, and let's be real clear. A lot of those Spanish countries, the people who helped them was goddamn Haiti. It was Dessalines and those folks. They were going to the fucking Haitians to get help, to get free from the Spanish. It was Dessalines and those guys fighting the Spanish and helping them fight the fucking Spanish. Over there in the Dominican Republic, it was Dessalines and those guys getting the Spanish off their ass. It was black folks helping you. Fuck is you talking about? It was black folks doing all the heavy damn lifting. You wannabe white Latinos weren't doing shit but busting your bussy open. You weren't doing shit. It was black people putting in all that damn work. Hell, Mexico got its independence because of Vicente Guerrero, who's black. So yeah, let's talk history here, dude. This dude don't know his own damn history.
They were gone. We took our land back, carnal. You were still in fucking chains. But you're gonna sit here and try to tell me that we owe you something?
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, you do. We were fighting over here, and black folks were fighting down there. You wannabe whites, y'all weren't doing shit. It was Vicente Guerrero, who was black, who stopped slavery down there in Mexico, and then y'all killed him. The wannabe white Latinos killed him afterwards because he made everything equal, and they were like, oh, we don't want these black folks to rise up, so they killed him. You see how these folks, now that we ain't really letting them ride our coattails, now you see this is what they talk about behind closed doors. Now they're just coming on out saying the shit.
We were breaking ground on freedom before any of you guys even had a dream.
It was black folks, dude.
But yet we owe you?
Yes, you do. Cinco de Mayo was black folks. It was the black Maroons. All of your culture is black, dude. Mexican culture is black. The food, the dances, the language, all that shit is black, dude. I done broken this down many, many times. All the good things about Mexican culture came from the African side. Remember, Mexico was a slave colony. Mexico was a slave colony. All of the good things from your culture comes from the black side. The food, menudo, all that shit, dude. Even Spanish rice. I broke this down the other day. Spanish rice that's in Hispanic and Latin cultures. There's no such thing as Spanish rice. That's a misnomer. No such thing as Spanish rice. Spanish rice is made with rice and tomato. It's stirred in with tomato. They don't eat Spanish rice, quote unquote, in Spain. The rice they eat in Spain is yellow. They don't eat Spanish rice in no fucking Spain. They don't eat rice with tomatoes in Spain at all. So where did the Spanish rice come from? Rice is not indigenous to North America or the Americas, period. Rice came to the Americas in like 1650. Rice is not indigenous to this land. Where the fuck did Spanish rice come from? It came from the Africans in the way they prepared it. It was the African people doing it. It was the black folks. Spanish rice ain't nothing but jollof. Spanish rice it's just jollof, nigga. That's all it is. Straight up and down. Spanish rice is fucking jollof. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil and hit these people in their history. You understand? When they get to talking reckless like this.
We don't owe you shit, man.
Yes, you do.
The only thing I owe another man is common courtesy and respect, and you lost that from me.
I don't need no respect from a pudgy essay. Fuck, I need your respect for it. Let's be clear. We don't need y'all at all. There's nothing you do to benefit foundational black Americans. Let's be very fucking clear. All of these other groups who come over and talk slick at the mouth, there is absolutely nothing you do to benefit us tangibly. Y'all think just throwing a couple of your women at niggas, a couple of the coon Negroes over here, the sexual access is good enough. No, it ain't. Other than a couple of coons enjoying the exotic sex from some of your women who's always up in the motherfucker's face, we don't get nothing out of you. We don't get shit tangible out of you. There's absolutely nothing that benefits foundational black Americans. At all.
That kind of vile stuff against Latinos, against Mexicans, against anybody who has heritage of brown. Why? Because you're a ghetto coon, homie. You're a ghetto coon that just sits there and tries to push this negative stuff so you can get your views. So these brothers believe that, oh, this man's about it. You ain't about it, brother. You don't even know the history, brother.
I do.
Before you guys even thought about civil rights, we were out there fighting.
Fighting who?
The white man that you're talking about.
No, you weren't. When were y'all fighting? When were these wannabe white Latinos fighting the damn white man? Y'all were trying to be the white man. Even in the civil rights movement. Family, I done broken this down before. These white Latino organizations who the black people were trying to ally with then. Remember, black people were trying to ally with some of these Latino groups. They told us to kick fucking rocks. Some of these Latino organizations, they were like, well, shit, nigga, we white. Shit, we trying to get our white game on. They only got on that brown shit after the civil rights laws got passed and there were benefits. All of a sudden, brown power, dude. Nigga, during the civil rights in the 40s, 50s, and all that, they told us to kick fucking rocks, nigga. We better understand the history. They weren't fighting shit. Who were you fighting? What white person were y'all fighting?
We got countries, brother. We got Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala.
And why aren't you in them, nigga? We got countries, nigga, but why you tweeting in LA, nigga? Why you in our shit? If you got all these flag countries, why in the fuck are you not down there in them, bro? You up here in our shit. Don't sit here talking about we got countries. You in our shit, brother. You ain't in your country. You risking life and limb to get away from your shit. Because the black folks, y'all can't ride the black folks wave out there because y'all didn't marginalize the black folks and then the culture went to shit and now you trying to get over here to bring your same failed mentality onto us.
Guatemala, Panama, keep going on the list, Costa Rica, Brazil. We've got countries. What you got, Playboy?
Nigga, we got our country. This is our culture. This is our shit that we built. Nigga, we ain't scrambling to try to get to none of your shit. We ain't scrambling to get to none of your shit, but you scrambling to get to the shit that our family built. Every country you name, y'all out there selling pussy in broad daylight to get your ass over here and get the hell up out of there. Fuck is you talking about? What you got, homie? Nigga, you in our shit. You are in our shit. This is our shit, bro.
What you got? All you got is a big mouth with no facts, homie. You sit there and say, hold your own nuts. Hold your own nuts, American Cholo. All right. How about you? When I look at the TV and I see those BLM protests, what do I see? I see a bunch of white people, homie. I see some raza in there. Maybe out in Kentucky and certain areas like that, it's all brothers. But the majority, nah, you should tell those white people, hey, go home. We're going to hold our own nuts. But you won't because you're a chump, homie.
I don't know what that means. I don't give a shit about these white protesters. I don't know what that means. Now, that part just kind of went over my head. There's a bunch of white protesters, dude. I don't know what the fuck that means. That ain't got shit to do with me. There's brothers who put in work, too. I don't know what, I'm not depending on those white protesters for shit because they ain't really doing nothing. Just walking around with a sign, that shit doesn't really do anything for us. So I don't know what the fuck he means by that.
All you do is talk out of the side of your neck just for the views, carnal. We in this country have been fighting for equality just as long, if not longer, than the African Americans.
Nigga, y'all went to war with America, dude. There was the Mexican-American War. You ain't fought for equality, nothing, nigga. Y'all went to this, your country went to war with America, nigga. You've been capitalizing and eating off foundational black Americans, building the wealth. All the wealth was built by foundational black Americans. You ain't been fighting for no damn equality. You've been fighting to get what we work for.
When you guys were slaves, you guys would run to Latin countries, brother.
And nigga, you running here. Fuck is you talking about? So who's the slave? You done ran your ass here, dropping anchor babies off. You done ran your ass up here now. Y'all running up here now. So who's the slave? You running your ass up here now. And let me tell you something. A lot of us went to swamplands and all types of shit. We were fighting here. We've been fighting these damn white supremacists, Seminoles, all that stuff. This is what we're doing this documentary about so we can clear this damn history up. We want to show that there were black people out here waging guerrilla warfare for centuries. They didn't try to change our narrative here. We weren't running to all these damn countries. Some black folks went down to Florida and fought. They went into the damn swamp and would come out at night and do guerrilla warfare attacks. We've been putting in fucking work. We ain't running like you, dude. We ain't running like you.
But now you act like the only reason those Latin countries are where they're at is because of you guys. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying people like you, man. Ignorant people like you. You say there's no brown and black coalition, and there never will be because we're just backstabbing white people? Nah, brother. If there's no brown and black coalition, it's because of people like you.
Because of your ass, nigga. There ain't no damn black and brown. What the fuck have you done for us? Name it. Will somebody name what the so-called Brown Coalition has done to help black people? We can show you all the DACA, Dreamer, Lift All, affirmative action programs that black folks done got their ass toe up for to help them. We can show you a list of tangible shit that black folks done sacrificed for to help the quote-unquote brown. I would like to know anything tangible that black people have gotten from this damn mythological ass black-brown coalition. Just name one thing tangible.
People like you, why? Because there's money in division. There's money in calling yourself the black supremacist or whatever.
I ain't never said no fucking shit like that. I ain't never used the term black supremacist because there is no such thing as a black supremacist. You can't have a white supremacist and a black supremacist.
Want to call yourself, but really, you're just a ghetto coon, brother. You're just a ghetto coon that just spills nothing but vile venom.
And by the way, this is a lot of projection. You understand? This dude knows he wants to be white. This is a lot of projection. He knows he's the little ghetto coon, the wannabe white, wannabe Mexicoon. He knows that he's the ghetto coon, so he wants to live in Chatsworth. He doesn't have the Skrilla yet. They're not letting him into white Anglo society. So he's projecting right now. This is a lot of projecting because his white credentials aren't there yet.
Garbage out of your mouth. You talk a good one, but you live in the whitest neighborhood.
Where you want to live. Where you want to live. Because you want to live here. You want to live in that white neighborhood. You want to live here. You don't want to live in a studio apartment with 20 fucking people. You want to live next to the mythological white folks, and I don't even know who my neighbors are. Most of my neighbors are black celebrities, but that's okay. If it makes you feel better to know that there's some white people out here, knock yourself out. I can live anywhere I want to live. This is my state and my country.
If you're all about that, brother, go live in the hood, brother. But you won't live amongst your black people that you say you love.
Notice how the hood and blackness are synonymous with this piece of shit. You want to live in the hood with your fellow black people? Look at how these people make the hood synonymous with black people. The hood is not synonymous with black folks. See how they try to gentrify us? Why don't you live below me? Why don't you live next to me? That's what he's saying. Why don't you live next to me? Because, see, they get to live in the so-called hood next to us until they can rise up and capitalize off us and exploit us. You understand? But I want y'all to catch that. That's that racist bullshit, that anti-black filth that all black folks are supposed to be in the hood. Fuck out of here.
And you're there to protect, and you want better from them. It's funny how that works, right? A lot of the ghetto coons do that. They talk a good one. They say, oh, this is for my people. Oh, I hate the white people. Oh, don't live like that. But yet, you're living the white man's world. You can get up and go.
Nigga, the white man's world is Earth. You ran from the white man's world. The white man dominates Mexico, the Anglo man. That's why you ran. Y'all got to run under us to get protection. Y'all run under us. The white man's world is Earth. Anywhere you go is the white man's world. The hood is the white man's world. They control the hood. We live in a global system of white supremacy. The problem is the only people who's fighting that global system really falls on the backs of foundational black Americans. We're the only ones that's really fighting it on a continuous basis. We fight this thing. You, SA, are over here trying to get some white credentials. You're trying to be the next Zimmerman.
Anytime you want, you can go live in a black neighborhood, but you won't, because you're the ghetto coon, homie. You talk a good one just for the views. We've been fighting since the 1800s, brother.
Fighting
like
who?
I said.
Who? Fighting other black people in Mexico. I ain't been fighting no damn white supremacy. Y'all have not been fighting the goddamn white supremacists. Y'all been sitting up here trying to get amalgamated into white supremacist society and trying to lighten yourselves up. You're trying to, quote unquote, improve the race. That's that saying down there in all those Latin countries, improve the race, meaning whiten up. Because let's be clear, and if we have some white Latinos here, let me break something down real heavy for you. A lot of white Latinos, they try to pretend that they're just mixed with Spanish and Aztec warrior. I'm a Mayan warrior. You don't have anything to do with Aztec culture, Mayan culture, or none of that. Most of you who call yourselves Latino, especially in Mexico, most of you are just Spanish and Negro, but you're a fixed mulatto race and you've tried to lighten up and lighten up and lighten up over the years, and you have what you have now, the mestizo look, but you're really just Spanish and Negro. There's no Native American in any of you for the most part. A lot of y'all don't have the Native American in you. You're a fixed mulatto race. That's why a lot of you look like Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are just Spanish and Negro, just trying to lighten themselves up over the years, and that Negro strain, you try to breathe that out of yourselves. But you're just Spanish and Negro for the most part, a hybrid of a hybrid of a hybrid of a hybrid. And you try to breed that shit out, and it takes generations and generations and generations to breed out. And that's why so many people are still brown and dark over there, especially when you get deep down there in Mexico. The women are darker, their asses are bigger. It's heavy, but a lot of you don't have any Native American or any indigenous bloodlines at all for the most part. Let's just be very clear on that. And a lot of them try to have that anti-black vitriol, and they got a lot of hatred for the black abuela. A lot of them got the black abuela that they don't want to talk about, and they try to deny the Africanness of their history. But no, we're going to remind you.
You guys were enslaved. You guys didn't break those chains until 1865, and even then you're still slaves. Even now, you're still slaves to the system, brother.
We are slaves to the system? We are slaves to the system? Nigga, we ain't swimming across the fucking border, running away from our country. We're slaves to the system? Who's running across the fucking border to get away from their country? Who's slaves? Y'all forget that y'all come from slave colonies. Just that Jen woman, remember her? She was doing the same thing. Y'all were slaves. Y'all were slaves, sweetie. You think you bred the slave gene out of yourself. Y'all were slaves too, sweetie. You're just a mixed breed slave, former slave, a descendant of slaves over there. You're a slave with taco sauce. You dig? Mexico was a slave colony. Puerto Rico was a slave colony. Y'all didn't break the chains. Nigga, you were from a slave colony. Y'all tried to whiten up. You can't get white enough, and you're still being marginalized, and you're running from your own culture. That's why y'all get the fuck out of your countries and risk everything to come over here and then try to project your bullshit onto us. No, hold your own nuts.
And you keep thinking the way you are, you're going to continue to be slaves to the system, brother. You know, some people might say, you know, Gil, why even make this video? Why put it out there? I'll tell you why. Because I got a platform. I got a voice. We, as Raza, have a voice.
Raza.
May not be the biggest voice yet.
And that's let me tell you, that Raza, we're the Raza, the race, that shit started in the 1920s where the wannabe Anglo-Mexicans who wanted to start associating with the Nazis and all that old stuff. They were using a lot of that Nazi ideology and all of that eugenics ideology about improving the race and the Raza, and they're part of the cosmic race. I want y'all to Google the cosmic race and the Raza. That was a whole little cultural revolution they tried to start down there in Mexico. That's where all that bullshit came from, where they were trying to whiten themselves up. This goes back to the 1920s, where they were trying to identify more with European culture, and they made a concerted effort to marginalize and to erase their African culture. They started coming up with this raza and the cosmic race thing by saying they're part of European racial structure because of their Latinness. You know, this where they're like, we're not quite Anglo, but we're Latin and Latin up there in Europe is kind of close to Anglo, so they were trying to really position themselves closer to white Anglo culture with all of that Rasa talk. Let's be very clear on that. That though the Rasa fairy tale shit, okay?
But it will be. But I will sit there and shut down any buffoon like this guy, especially after I left a couple comments on his page. You know what he did? He deleted me. I don't know if he blocked me, but he deleted me. So
I don't remember, dude. You might have been trolling or something. If you were trolling, I probably deleted your troll comments. You're not going to come on our shit trolling.
he told me I left a couple comments. I went back. They're gone, brother. And I know they were there because I saw him post. So this is the kind of chump that will sit there and act tough, be this big, tough guy, man. The BBG is what he's got. He's the big black guy, homie. He's got the big black guy syndrome, homeboy. I've seen a few of those, carnal, and they told me to watch the water, homie. So all I know is I got my platform, carnal. Use a fool, use a chump, and use a ghetto coon. With that, I'm out.
Okay, so so the essay said I'm a ghetto coon in my own fucking country that my family built, that his ass swam to eat all the damn resources. See, a lot of these folks are delusional, and black folks, and this is our fault by giving them the battery, by letting these folks, and this doesn't, I'm gonna say, I'll be fair, I don't say that this guy represents all Latinos, all Mexicans, all Hispanics, but unfortunately, that's a significant amount. A significant amount thinks like this guy, and that's a fucking problem. He's a wannabe white supremacist. He's a wannabe Anglo. He can't get all the benefits and resources of whiteness, but he carries the water for white supremacy. He's a foot soldier for white supremacy, and he's frustrated because he does all the anti-black work, but he don't get none of the fucking benefits. His little old ass, if he goes into an Anglo-white neighborhood, like my neighborhood, as he says, they'll call the police on his ass. If he comes into a so-called white neighborhood, the Anglo-white folks will call the police on him. But in my neighborhood, all the white people know who I am because they see me on TV getting raided. So they kind of know who I am, and I look like I belong in my neighborhood. And that's another thing that bothers them. When black folks are doing better on our own land than they are, oh, there's a problem because I'm supposed to be white. And black people are not supposed to be doing better than me as a white Latino. You dig? This is how these folks have been thinking for a long time, family. This ain't really nothing new. We've been trying to tell y'all for the longest, this is really how they felt. Now that they see we're not letting them capitalize off us no more, they're just letting it all hang out right now. They're just letting all this shit hang on out. They're just saying, fuck it. We can't get none out these niggas no more. Well, fuck the niggers, dude. That's why a lot of these essays, when they come over here, the gangs, the minute they go to jail or go to the penitentiary, they align themselves with the Aryan Nation, the neo-Nazis. That's exactly who they align themselves with. Them Mongos down there in Long Beach who jumped that kid down there, they are clicked in with the Aryans and all that shit. Yeah, see, these are the wannabe whites. See, they're white on paper. See, this is why, again, they try to play that indigenous bullshit. They know they're not indigenous. This is why they label themselves white. They know they ain't got no indigenous blood in them. For the most part, these are fixed race mulattoes, black and Spanish, that's been lightened up over the years. But they want to closely identify with whiteness, and whiteness requires a whole heap of anti-blackness. So this dude makes videos like this all the time, making little slick comments about black folks. This is why, man, we should have been circling our wagon, looking out for our own folks. Again, if we let these folks hold their nuts, we're not going to lose anything. For some reason, black folks have been thinking, if we just we cut motherfuckers off and let them hold their own nuts, we're going to lose something. We don't gain or lose anything from them or any other people. We have been we've been self-sufficient for centuries. We don't get nothing from nobody, guys. Anything that a black person has, we had to work for that shit for real. We had to get that shit from the ground up. We're the only group that don't get help from no damn body. So if we have any level of success or anything, that means we had a certain level of talent and we extra deserve that shit. You understand? And don't you be ashamed about that. Notice all this, how come you don't live in the hood, bro, with all the other brothers, that little Jedi mind trick. See, that's how white supremacists talk. You're supposed to be in the ghetto. How come you're not in the ghetto? The ghetto is cool, dude. You're supposed to be around your brothers. If you're keeping it real, what kind of Jedi mind trick you trying to run, nigga? That shit don't work on a nigga like me. I'm about success and abundance. You better go talk to Strappy and Tone about that poverty bullshit, that honor and poverty shit. No, nigga, this is our country. There's a wealth of abundance here, and I get that, and I'm gonna help everybody else get it. We're not supposed to be in the hood. We're not supposed to be in designated neighborhoods that white supremacists have carved out for us and told us stay here and don't move. No, we're supposed to be in positions where we can do, move, and go anywhere we want to go. You understand? In our city, a city that was founded by black folks in LA. This is our shit, dude. Some of the early pioneers of Los Angeles, P.O. Pico, black. The legendary Biddy Mason, black. The godmother of LA, black. This our shit. I wish some motherfucker would tell me where I should and shouldn't live in my shit, and you ran across the fucking border. You ran from your shit that you failed. Fuck out of here. Understand, foundational black Americans, we didn't run no damn where. Y'all came down to Mexico. No, nigga, we here. Nigga, we didn't run no damn where. We stayed and dealt with this shit. We stayed and we dealt with this shit. You don't see us flooding nobody else's country. Fuck out of here. This is why we gotta know history, so when people start running their bullshit, we can check that. Everything I said, you can look it up. All this shit about him. We the Latinos, we fought the white supremacists. Y'all didn't fight for shit. It was the black people. Go watch my movie 1804. We talked about how those South American countries, those white Hispanic wannabes who ran these South American countries were trying to get the Spanish off their backs. They went with hat in hand to the black folks. They went and bowed down to damn Dessalines and those guys, begging for fucking help. They were begging black folks for help. Man, y'all better know history around this bitch. See, they ain't gonna teach you this in school. And they hope, they depend on you not knowing this type of stuff. This is why our history is so important, man. This is one of the reasons why I love doing the documentary films I do, so we can clear all the bullshit, man. I love clearing up all the bullshit with our history. Go to hiddencolorsfilm.com.